Every breakthrough starts with a single decision. One moment where you choose to stop waiting and start acting. This is that moment. Right now you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to more of the same than the other. It leads to transformation. But here's the truth. No one is coming to push you. No one is going to force you to change. It's on you. What if 30 days could separate you from the person you've always wanted to be? Not in theory, not in some distant future right now, because 30 days isn't just a number. It's the perfect window for rearing your habits, reshaping your mindset, and proving to yourself that you are capable of change. Scientists say it takes roughly 21 to 30 days to build a habit. That means in just 1 month, you could go from stuck to unstoppable. But it all starts with a single decision. Make this decision now, because hesitation is the enemy of progress. Will you commit, or will you let another month slip away? In 30 days, you'll either be proud of what you did or regretful of what you didn't. The choice is yours. Let's be real, most people don't fail because they're not smart enough, strong enough, or running enough. They fail because they quit. They start full of fire, full of excitement, full of energy. But then reality kicks in. The work gets hard. Motivation fades. They skip a day, then 2, then 5. And before they know it, they're right back where they started, making the same excuses, living the same life. You don't lack potential. You lack follow through. Every time you quit, you're ripping out the foundation of the future you're trying to build. Think about it. How many times have you promised you'll change? How many times have you started something only to watch it slip through your fingers? That pattern ends today. Because here's the brutal truth. Change is never convenient. It's never comfortable. And if you're waiting for the perfect time to commit, you'll be waiting forever. This challenge will test you, but the only way you fail is if you walk away. What if I told you that 30 days is all you need to rewire your mind for success? Not a year, not a lifetime. Just 1 month of real focused effort. Science backs it up. When you repeat an action consistently over 30 days, your brain starts to recognize that it's a new normal. Neural pathways strengthen, habits solidify, and suddenly what once felt impossible becomes automatic. Think of your mind like a reset button. Minus 30 days is all it takes to program new habits. That's why this challenge works. Not because it's some magic formula, but because consistency over time beats short bursts of effort every single time. This isn't about talent, luck, or even motivation. It's about discipline. Show up every day for 30 days and your life will shift. So the real question is, can you commit to showing up for yourself for just 1 month? Because if you can do that, you can do anything. This will be hard, but so is staying the same. If you want results, you have to be willing to face discomfort head on. That means no skipping days. No half efforts, no excuses. You will be tested. You will feel like quitting. And that's exactly why most people never make it. Growth is like fire. You either let it forge you or you get burned by regret. There is no in between. If you're serious about change, then from this moment on you commit. You commit to discipline. You commit to discomfort. You commit to pushing through when it's easier to quit. Because the next 30 days will define what happens in the next year of your life. The question is, are you ready to fight for it? Let's be real. You're not stuck because the world is against you. You're not stuck because you lack talent, intelligence, or resources. You're stuck because of the stories you keep telling yourself. I don't have time. Really? You scroll through your phone for hours, binge watch shows, and somehow always find time for distractions. The truth, you don't lack time, you lack priorities. I'll start next week. No, you won't. You've said that before, and here you are, still waiting. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for the right moment. News flash, the right moment doesn't exist. You either start now or you stay exactly where you are. I don't know how. When has that ever stopped you? You figured out how to use a smartphone, how to navigate social media, how to do 100 little things without guidance. The difference, those things were convenient. Your goals require effort, and that's what you're avoiding. You're not stuck. You're just comfortable. You've built a life where the pain of staying the same feels easier than the discomfort of change. But if you keep lying to yourself, you'll wake up years from now stuck in the same cycle, only this time you'll be out of time. So here's the truth. Change isn't about waiting. It's about deciding right now. Are you done making excuses, or will you keep lying to yourself? What's the real price of doing nothing? It's not just about missed opportunities. It's about slow, creeping decline. Think about it. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, where will you be in 5 years? Will you be stronger, wealthier, happier, or will you be the same or worse? Every day you stay the same, you lose more than you realize. You lose time you can never get back. You lose confidence the longer you delay, the harder it is to believe in yourself. You lose momentum because standing still isn't neutral. It's falling behind. Life is a moving walkway. If you're not walking forward, you're being pulled backward. The world moves. Opportunities pass. Your potential fades. And one day you'll wake up and realize you're not where you wanted to be, not because you weren't capable, but because you chose comfort over growth. So imagine yourself 5 years from now. Are you proud of what you say? So not change starts today. Success isn't about luck. It's not about big dramatic moments. It's about what you do every single day. Look at your routine. The way you wake up, the choices you make, the actions you repeat, those are shaping your future whether you realize it or not. Show me your daily routine and I'll show you your future. If you waste hours on distractions, avoid challenges, and let comfort dictate your choices, where do you think that leads? Your habits are like a snowball, either rolling towards success or disaster. Small choices add up. One skipped workout turns into a month of excuses. One ignored opportunity leads to a habit of hesitation. One bad decision repeated becomes a lifestyle. But here's the good news, the same rule applies in the other direction. Small, consistent actions, waking up early, reading, working on your goals, create unstoppable momentum. They rewire your brain, reshape your identity, and build the future you want. So ask yourself, are your habits building you up or breaking you down? Because one thing is certain, your future is being created right now by what you do today. There is no such thing as staying the same. You're either improving or you're declining, period. Most people think they can just maintain their current state. They tell themselves, I'm not growing, but at least I'm not losing anything. That's a lie. Life doesn't work that way. If you're not actively getting better, you're getting worse. Think of life like an escalator going down. If you're not climbing, you're sinking. Every day you don't push forward, you slide back. Your skills fade, your confidence weakens. Your opportunities shrink. This is why change needs to happen now, not later, not when you feel ready, but right now. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. So here's the challenge, take control of your direction. Ask yourself, am I growing or shrinking? There is no in between. The next 30 days will determine your trajectory. Choose wisely. No more excuses, no more waiting. No more I'll start tomorrow. If you're serious about change, it starts right now. Not when you feel ready. Not when life gets easier, not when motivation strikes. Right now, the next 30 days are not a suggestion, they are a commitment. If you want real results, you must go all in. No skipping, no exceptions, no going back. This is not about convenience, it's about transformation. You have 30 days to prove to yourself that you can be disciplined, consistent, and relentless. That means no excuses, no negotiating, no quitting when it gets hard, because it will get hard. Your mind will fight you. You'll want to fall back into old habits, but those old habits are the reason you're here. And if you let them win, you lose. So make a decision right now. Are you all in? Because if you're not, don't bother starting. This challenge is for those who refuse to stay the same. Motivation is a lie, it comes and goes, it's unreliable, and if you rely on it, you'll fail. What separates winners from quitters isn't motivation, it's discipline. It's doing what needs to be done. You don't feel like it. Your commitment is like a contract with your future self. Either you honor it or you break it. And every time you break it, you reinforce weakness. Every time you keep it, you reinforce strength. So here's your daily action plan. Set a non-negotiable routine. Do the same key actions at the same time every day. No skipping, no excuses. Remove the decision process. Don't ask yourself, do I feel like doing this? Just do it. Embrace the discomfort. Growth happens in the moments you quit but push through anyway. Discipline is the foundation of transformation. Build it and you'll never need motivation again. Success isn't built on random effort, it's built on daily, consistent action. For the next 30 days, here's what you must do every single day. No exceptions, mindset. Feed your mind with something powerful every morning. Read, listen, or watch something that pushes you forward. No social media distractions. Health, move your body. Whether it's a workout, a run, or a walk, non-negotiable. Your physical state affects your mental state. Productivity, set and complete your top 3 daily priorities. No wasting time. No waiting for the perfect moment. Discipline, do at least one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Push yourself beyond your limits daily. This is not optional. The difference between winners and quitters. Winners show up every single day. If you want change, prove it. Half measures lead to half results. And half results lead to failure. For the next 30 days, you don't negotiate with yourself. You don't take a break. You don't make excuses. You execute relentlessly. Because one slip up, That's the crap that leads to collapse. Skip one workout and suddenly skipping feels easier. Make one excuse and suddenly excuses become the norm. You wouldn't break a contract with someone else, so why break a contract with yourself? No skipping. No excuses, no backing down. Your future self is watching. Show them what you're made of. Are you ready to fight the hardest battle you've ever faced? Because that's what real change demands. This isn't just about building new habits, it's about going to war with your old self, with your excuses, with everything that has kept you stuck. And make no mistake, this will be harder than you think. You will want to quit. You will feel tired. You will doubt yourself. The moment things get uncomfortable, your mind will try to pull you back into old habits, whispering, just skip today. It's not a big deal, but that's a trap. Most people quit because they don't expect resistance. They think transformation should feel good. But real change isn't comfortable, it's brutal. It's waking up earlier than you want, pushing yourself when you're drained, and staying disciplined when no one is watching. So here's your warning. If you're not prepared to fight, you will fail. But if you go all in, if you refuse to break, you'll come out the other side unstoppable. The next 30 days will test you. The question is, are you ready to pass the test? You don't control these enemies, they will control you. Laziness is the silent killer of success. It sneaks in as I'll do it later, and turns into I never did it. It convinces you to take shortcuts, to skip workouts, to push things off. And every time you give in, you reinforce weakness. Have to fight it, stop thinking. Start doing. The second you hesitate, act. Don't negotiate with laziness, attack it. Doubt will tell you that you're not strong enough, not disciplined enough, not good enough. It will make you second guess your progress, convincing you that all your effort is pointless. How to fight it, prove it wrong. Track your wins. Focus on progress, not perfection. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself, I'm still here, I'm still pushing. Negative influences, some people don't want to see you change. They'll mock you, tempt you, or make you feel guilty for leveling up. They do this because your transformation reminds them of their own weakness. How to fight it, distance yourself, protect your environment. Surround yourself with people who push you forward, not hold you back. Setbacks, you will hit obstacles. You will mess up. But setbacks don't break you, giving up does. How to fight it, when you fall, get back up immediately. The faster you become. Your old habits are like chains. Every time you resist them, you break a link. Keep breaking them until you're free. There will be days when your mind screams at you to stop. When you're exhausted, frustrated, and ready to throw in the towel. That's when most people give up. But you're not most people. When you want to quit, do this, stop thinking. Start moving. The more you think about how you are, the harder it gets. Instead of debating whether to push through, just do it. Shrink the task. If your mind resists a full workout, commit to just 5 minutes. If 5 minutes feels like too much, commit to 1. Once you start, momentum will take over. Reframe the pain. Every struggle is proof that you're growing. Every rep, every late night, every disciplined action is building a version of you that refuses to break. Ask yourself, will I give in or will I fight? Because every time you overcome resistance, you build strength. Every time you give in, you stay weak. At the end of the day, it comes down to one decision: quit or push forward. And the people who push forward, they win. You're not just changing what you do. You are changing who you are. Transformation isn't just about discipline, it's about identity. The more you show up, the more you prove to yourself that you are someone who follows through. And the stronger that belief becomes, the harder it is to quit, because winners push through. Losers make excuses. Which one are you? Imagine waking up 30 days from now with unstoppable confidence, self-discipline, and momentum. You look in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back, not just because of the physical changes, but because of the way you carry yourself, the way you think, the way you act, the way you show up for your own life. Right now, you are standing at a door. On the other side is the life you've always wanted. A life where you no longer negotiate with excuses. A life where you trust yourself to follow through no matter how tough it gets. Most people never step through that door. They hesitate. They second guess. And before they know it, they're stuck in the same cycle they swore they'd break. But not you. Because you're here, you've rid this far. That means something. It means a part of you already knows that change is possible. You just have to take that first step and keep taking every single day until the future version of you isn't just a vision. It's reality. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the small, quiet moments when no one is watching. It happens when you choose to show up even when you don't feel like it. One day at a few, one habit at a time. One victory at a time. That's how change is built. Not in grand dramatic gestures, but in the simple disciplined actions you take every single day. When you wake up and follow your morning routine instead of hitting snooze, that's a win. When you push through your workout, even when you're tired, that's a win. When you stay committed to your plan, even when doubt creeps in, that's a win. And here's the truth, wins stack up. Every disciplined action today creates an unstoppable version of you tomorrow. What seems small in the moment is actually the foundation of something massive. This is the secret. Success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. The people who win are not the ones who go hard for a few days and then quit. They are the ones who show up day after day, no matter what. You've heard everything. Now, what are you going to do about it? Because at the end of the day, nothing I say will change your life. Only you can do that. You know what's required. You know what's safe. You know the excuses you need to kill, the discipline you need to build, and the resistance you need to crush. The only question left is, will you do it? Your future is knocking. Will you answer?